Hey, it's me. In these messages, we often talk about opening. We often think of opening as softening toward the world, letting people in, and putting down the hard shell that we hope will keep pain out. And that part is true. When I close myself off, I miss the good that wants to reach me. Love passes by, beauty passes by. Wisdom sits at the door, and I don't answer. I've lived that. Gifts arrive and I can't receive them. Not because they're wrong, but because I am armored up. Opening also moves the other way, too. When I soften, what has been living deep inside starts to rise. At first, it can be messy. Old fear, anger, blame may come up. These are like a thin shield that once tried to protect me. They're not who I am. And when they lift, something steadier and kinder begins to show. My real strength, my clear voice, my natural warmth. I see now that openness is not weakness. The only real safety comes from living with integrity. When I'm honest, fair, and willing to face myself, I can say no when I need to. I can set a boundary without guilt. I can meet the world without the tremble of constant fear. So when I talk of opening, I'm not only talking about letting people in, I'm also talking about letting myself out. I'm learning to trust that there is a sound core beneath the noise. And to do that, I have to allow the noise to surface so I can see it and choose again. It's hard work. It asks for patience and faith in the deeper design of life. And there's another part of this that I want to name. Many of us have tangled feelings about leadership. I felt it too. I've envied people who lead with ease. I've judged them. I've wanted the influence without the weight that comes with it. I've hoped someone else would take charge of my life while also giving me all the freedom I wanted. It never works. If I don't steer my own boat, I drift, and then I blame the tide. Real change starts with self-leadership. It begins in quiet places that no one sees. It looks like telling myself the truth. It looks like choosing to give in small ways when no one is keeping score. It looks like asking, what is the loving thing here? And then doing it. If I want the gifts of leadership, I need to accept the cost. And the cost is clean giving. Not giving to be seen, not giving while keeping score, not giving with a small bargain hidden in my pocket. When I give like that, I drain myself and inevitably grow bitter. When I give from a clear wish to add something good to life, I feel steady inside. Other people's success no longer feels like a threat. There's room for all of us. I can receive what comes back without shame. I think a true leader also practices being fair. I have to admit when I'm too close to an issue to see it clearly. If I'm full of heat, my view is bent. Saying so is not weakness. It's a sign, hopefully, that I can be trusted. It's the doorway to better judgment. Leadership also asks me to face exposure. People may not understand me. They may criticize me. Some of it will be right, and some of it will not. If I only want the light and never the heat, I'll keep shrinking my life to stay safe. And I probably won't feel safe anyway. there's one more piece that has changed me: my relationship with frustration. I used to treat frustration like an insult from life. I would tense up and push harder, or collapse and feel wronged. Now, most of the time, I try a different way. When something I want doesn't happen, I say to myself, okay, I can bear this. I can breathe with this. Maybe there's something here for me. And that simple shift lowers the panic and raises my trust. And then from there, I can look for the lesson. Every blocked door has one. If I skip the lesson, the pattern repeats and grows louder. If I stay with it, I often find a clear message. Sometimes the message is to let go. Sometimes it's to grow a new skill. Sometimes it's to wait and let timing ripen. When I follow the lesson, a strange thing happens. The tight knot at the center of the frustration softens. And if I sit with that knot in a quiet moment, I can feel a small light inside it. I wouldn't have believed this before. There's a living intelligence in every part of life, even in the parts I want to avoid. When I meet frustration in this way, I'm no longer pushed around by it. I still feel it, but it doesn't run me. This path is not about pretending I'm above pain. It's about staying honest and present while I move through it. When I stop clinging to old jealousies, old comparisons, and the demand that life must bend to my will, space opens, energy returns, joy begins to feel normal again. Leadership then becomes a natural result, not a role to chase. It's not going to be loud or public, and it often begins in small and steady acts that no one notices. But inside, I know I am leading my life. I am part of something that wants to bring more order and kindness into the world. The person that I hope to become is not far away. That person is already here, waiting under the armor. My job is to open, to let what is real come forward, and to keep practicing when I forget. I can do that. So can you. Love you. Connect soon.